Documentary on student abuse in school campus and Pocso rules. Student abuse may be physical, sexual, emotional, or neglect, which occurs at school or school premises within someone, causing harm or distress to student at school hours or other than working hours. The student abuse might probably occur from school bus drivers, school guards, administrative officials, co-students, or even from the teacher itself. The Student Abuse or Child Sexual Abuse comes under Pocso Act. Here, the child is defined as any person who has not completed 18 years of age. Child abuse constitutes different forms: emotional, sexual, physical neglect, which result in actual or potential harm to the child's health, survival, development, or dignity. What is child sexual abuse or CSA? Any act using a child for sexual gratification of or by the more powerful person. The acts of abuse may or may not include touch. As per the statistics on CSA, child sexual abuse reported to Childline in the year 2017-19 was 14,034. Signs and symptoms of identification of victims of CSA. Child may be having injuries, especially in the private parts. Child walks and sits with difficulty. Fatigue and sleeping difficulties. Poor attendance in class, unexpected behavior changes, and regressive behaviors such as bedwetting. Sudden dislike from certain person or places. Sudden accumulation of gift. Child starts paying too much or too little attention to his or her appearance. Protection of children from sexual offences. Pocso Act 2012 amendment was made in 2019. The salient features of Pocso Act includes different sexual offences are included, mandatory reporting and recording, false reporting is not permitted, emergency medical care, care and protection to the victim, child-friendly procedure, presumption of guilt, special court, compensation. The offences covered in the Act include penetrative sexual assault, aggravated penetrative sexual assault, aggravated sexual assault, sexual harassment, using a child for pornographic purpose. It is mandatory for every individual to report the cases of child sexual abuse. Parents, public servants, childline, doctors, hospitals, school authorities, teachers, social workers, counselors, concerned adults, any child or general public. Whom to report? Local police or special juvenile police, Child Welfare Committee, Childline, State Commission for Protection of Child Rights, or NCPCR, that is National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. The role of school in addressing CSA include prevention as well as intervention, creating safe spaces of disclosure, providing awareness, child protection policy, providing awareness to children to protect themselves, etc., comes under prevention strategies. Intervention: noticing the signs and symptoms, extending their support, mandatory reporting, maintaining confidentiality, extending other support to child and family, etc., include intervention strategies which should be adopted by the schools to the victim. Assure confidentiality to the child. The case should be reported with the consent of the child and have to seek the help of childline if required. Medical examination of the child should be done properly, the offense should be reported, and confidentiality should be maintained throughout the entire jurisdiction period. Any kind of unsupportive behavior towards the child victim should be avoided. Teacher has an important role against student abuse. Every teacher should know the warning signs of physical abuse. Teacher must recognize the mental and physical abnormalities faced by students and must try to understand the probable cause of problem faced by the students. In case of suspected student abuse, teachers are mandated to report it to the principal and is obliged to take legal action. The victim should be given proper counseling with moral guidance. The privacy of the victim should be maintained throughout the lifetime. Often, concerns will be investigated by agencies like Child Protective Services, where social workers are equipped to identify abuse and other problems and help to find students appropriate support. School is the second home of every student. Thereby, school environment must ensure safety to each student, irrespective of gender, caste, or financial status. The incidences reported on student abuse is alarming, and the need for providing safer school atmosphere, along with highlighting the need for proper sex education and self-defense mechanisms, are on hike.